Top left is we have some more space top left. That's we get a Jimmy. Yeah.
Mr. Rad low-key got it with the sauce. Except for the disrespecting the national anthem flag.
The catcher hits eight. Number 9, Braden Durham. Batting line playing second base. Number 1, Jack Rano. And on the hill for Licking County Settlers, right-hander Anthony. Now for your Hamilton Joes. Reno playing third base. Number 12, Walker Bridges. Batting second to center fielder, number 9.
Hello and welcome to Foundation Field. Hello, welcome to Foundation Field. Blake Griffin joined by Luke West-Poli here for some more GLSCL action between the Licking County Settlers and the Hamilton Joes. Starting things off, we're going to have the Kettering Elf starting lineups. Walker Bridges gets to start at third base. He'll lead things off for the Joes. Bennett Clement starting in center field. He'll bat second. Batting third, Clay Badalak will play second base. Cal Brazier makes a return to the lineup. He'll bat fourth and play first base. Tristan Melvin batting fifth and DHing tonight. Evan Ulrich behind the dish. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh, Andrew Patrick AP out there in left field. Casey Fink out in right field. He'll bat eighth. And Sam Lowe out there at shortstop. And at the home favorite, Chase Hopewell getting the start on the mound. It's a beautiful day for baseball. 75, 80 degrees here in Hamilton, Ohio. And what is going to be a great one between the Settlers and the Joes. As we take a few minutes to let Chase, we're going to get a first pitch actually. So we're going to get a ceremonial first pitch as we had a beautiful national anthem just a couple minutes before we got rolling here. He's going to pitch from the mound. Actually crushed it. Right down the middle on the inside corner. The Joes start 0-1 to the first batter. That's my petition. We welcome Luke West-Poli back into the broadcast booth. Luke, how you feeling today about the Joes versus the Settlers?
Feeling great. Joes with a big win last night. Full team effort on the road. Continuing to be perfect. Now it's just a matter of getting things done at Foundation Field, which has kind of been up and down for them this season, as we discussed off air. But with Chase Hopewell on the mound tonight, especially in that starting role, you're always giving yourself a great chance to win. Excited to see how he pitches. Joe's wearing the all-whites today, back at it here at Foundation Field. Great crowd on hand, beautiful weather. It should be a really fun one.
And Mr. Red.
Yeah, Mr. Red's here, too, from the Cincinnati Reds.
So we've seen now two mascots coming to Joe's game. Saw the Chick-fil-A cow come earlier in the season. And now we see Mr. Red.
I believe the UC Bearcat was here once last year as well.
We'll have to check the record of how good the Joes are.
How the Joes have done with mascots.
With mascots in attendance. But we have mentioned, haven't done phenomenal at home. Just been about hovering around the 500 mark, but an absolute dude on the mound to help you do that. Chase Hopewell making his 5th appearance on the season, his 2nd start. 10 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, and 2 saves. And as we look at Chase's stat line, those 17 strikeouts really stand out.
Absolutely. He's a strikeout pitcher, a big swing and miss guy. He's got a lot of velocity on that fastball. Mixes in some good off-speed stuff here and there. And good for the Joes, to have a hard-throwing righty out there on the mound to start this one off against the Licking County Settlers, who've quickly become something of a rival to this team, as we've seen both games get a little chippy between both of these squads. We'll see if there's any carryover since these two teams last played about a week ago.
It will be interesting. We've gone home and then away and now back home. And this part of a home and away series is we'll head up to play the Settlers at Denison University tomorrow. Kind of excited about that one. Nice field.
Big Red Ballpark, yes, sir.
Starting things off for the Licking County Settlers will be Adam Crawford. Facing the big flow, that is Chase Hopewell. We mentioned the other day, Chase's hair, it seems like it's just a little more full. First pitch to Adam Crawford, going to miss inside.
Crawford, maybe one of the best leadoff batters in the league, 7 for 10 with 2 walks and a home run.
Adam Crawford, almost the picturesque leadoff guy, 7 for 10 with a home run while leading off. So that will be hit high into the air out of the way of Walker Bridges over there at third base. 1 ball, 1 strike to Adam Crawford. Joe's right-hander will look to have a little bit more success like he did his last time out. That one I missed upstairs. Came in against the Scouts, and that tough loss for the Joes as he faced 6 batters and struck out 5 of them. So it was absolutely lights out in that affair. 2-1 to Crawford. That'll find the zone. A delayed call from the home plate umpire, so we most definitely have had different calls from umpires.
90 miles per
tried
hour.
to, you know, find the groove between umpires. 2-2. Set into center field. Bennett Clement going to range over to left center and make the catch for out number 1. A big cheer for Chase on that.
Chase, the hometown guy, fan favorite. A lot of guys were excited to see him come back this year for year number 2, and impressive to see Chase through the early goings, even better than what he was last year after a really fantastic season that propelled him up the college ranks. He transferred from a Division II school in Findlay up to a D1 and future Power 5 school in the University of Cincinnati.
They'll take on the Big 12. That's going to be an interesting way to see how they handle that. But 1-0 to Danny Estrada, as that'll miss off the plate.
90.3.
Chase sitting around 90. We've seen him get up to 95, and that's what we were kind of hoping, that he'd be kind of electric tonight. But it is a little different having to start games. You can't absolutely empty the gas tank, as that'll miss up and away.
Yeah, and Chase's closing rolls last year, we saw him get up to around 95, sit kind of in the 92, 93 area. Now in the closing area, he's able to sit around 95 and pitch up to 97, but obviously not going to see that necessarily in a start.
Almost comes in and hits Estrada, but ball 4 anyway. So Estrada will reach. That'd be first base runner of the game for the Licking County Settlers. Nick Lukac, the shortstop for the Settlers, who we've seen play shortstop every time we've played the Settlers. But more importantly for me, I've finally seen the Settlers wear another jersey. They've only worn navy against us. These red jerseys actually very nice. Do enjoy their jerseys. First pitch in the dirt to Lukac, as that'll be corralled by Evan Ulrich. Nick Wimmer's getting the night off tonight after 2 consecutive catching starts behind the dish. Ripped a double last night. But Evan Ulrich trying to pick up where he left off. That'll catch the outside corner. Lukac hitting .271 on the season. And that one is sent high into the air. Casey Fink and a range over to the foul line. Lost his hat, I believe. He did. And makes the catch in foul territory as that ball carried a long way. Will be made for out number 2.
Yeah, 2 big flyouts directed back the other way off Chase Hopewell. Now we're going to see a pitcher in the DH spot and in the cleanup spot for the Settlers in Logan Swanger.
I saw him in the first matchup. He pitched against us, and I received the win. So that one's chopped off the glove of Hopewell and into the 3-4 hole.
Hit.
So a bit of an unfortunate break for Chase Hopewell, as that could have been out number 3, but good reaction to even get a glove on it.
Yeah, it's
runners on.
Unfortunate, just kind of a tweener play because you reach the glove out at it. If you're able to catch it and fire over to first, it's an out. If you let that one go, it's probably picked up at second for the out. But unfortunately for Hopewell, it just glances off the glove into the soft spot.
So after 6 no-hit innings in his last start, gives up one in the first. Now 2 runners on for the Settlers. First pitch right down the middle to Junpei Ohashi. Ohashi going to play first base for the Settlers team tonight out of Missouri Valley College. That'll find the outside corner. Missouri Valley College, who was in the KCAC, same conference as the Ottawa Braves where I reside. One of the better volleyball teams and a pretty good lacrosse team. But baseball team did not have a great year this year, just one of the 19 games. The 0-2, strike 3. Blew the fastball by him. That's what we looked like to see from Chase to start things off. Junpei Ohashi goes down on strikes, and the Settlers leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Walker Bridges going to lead things off for the Joes. Go Bridges, Clement, and Badalak. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Joes to face Cunningham on the mound. Nick Cunningham out of Wittenberg University, senior out of Fredericktown, Ohio. Is that somewhere near us, Luke?
I have no idea.
Oh, goodness. That one will miss inside.
Wittenberg in the Springfield area. Probably about an hour, hour and a half from here, north. A little past Dayton.
Joes have tried to find the leadoff man and will settle with
Here we
Bridges
go.
as that one is in. Down for first hit of the game. Got the stat between innings that Bridges is hitting .571 as the leadoff guy. Does his job there.
Yeah, great piece of hitting. Just take the pitch, loft it right into the gap. That'll fall down. Not quite a bloop single for Walker Bridges necessarily, as that one was hit a little deeper than probably bloop territory, but just put it where they are in the outfield.
Putting the work gloves to use.
Exactly what you want your leadoff man to do. Walker Bridges got those yellow batting gloves at Home Depot.
If you want to call them batting gloves.
Yeah, I think they're more work gloves. He's been experimenting with those.
Looks poised to go over there at first. Won't attempt there as that one's on the inside corner to Bennett Clement.
Got the LSU Eunice guys, the 1-2 punch in the 1 and 2 spots in the lineup today. We won't see Tegan Bork III as he pitched yesterday. Pitched 3 innings in the win.
Got the save.
Got the save.
Good to see him get a save. It's the breaking ball from Cunningham, going to miss inside.
Bennett is 5th in the league in batting.
Bennett Clement 5th in the league at GLSCL South in batting average, hitting .348 but trying to chase down Grant Miller, who has the off day, hitting 388. He'll rip that one to the left field. I think this is the best we've seen the Joes start a game in quite some time.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a time where we've seen back-to-back singles all season from the Joes. We've seen walk and a single before, but I don't know if we've ever seen back-to-back hits, actually. And looking back through,
yeah, a mad flip from Lucas Poli over
flipping
here.
through, we've seen a walk and a hit. We've seen 2 walks, but we've never seen back-to-back hits to start a game.
We'll look to make it back-to-back does Clay Badalak with a runner in scoring position to start things for the Joes. So watch a pitch off the plate.
The most the Joes have ever started a game with is 3 base runners in a row. Those were all via a walk, but never 3 hits in a row.
Badalak will look to do that as that is set high into the air into center field. Almost could be dangerous. Bridges was about halfway. Maybe thought that one was going to drop down. We'll retreat back to second. Badalak will be retired for the first out of the inning. Bring up the big Cal Brazier. He's had a couple of off days. Had a great BP session yesterday. And today was smashing balls all the way around the park. So exactly the guy you want up with a runner in scoring position and just the one out.
Yeah, seeing the ball a lot better. Just looks a lot more controlled at the plate as of late. Doesn't look like he's trying to overswing or anything. Just looks a lot more comfortable in the box.
Has he always had an open stance?
First pitch of the at-bat is sent back. As Cal Brazier yesterday, I was watching him take BP in Richmond. Coach Tyler Thaman was kind of noting that he was not dipping as much. He was more of a smoother swing. As our stats guy just mentioned, got the open stance. Don't think he's ever had that before. We'd have to check the tapes, as that's going to get
Wild pitch.
past Durham. Now a wild pitch puts a runner at second and third with just the one out. A big sac fly territory for Cal Brazier, but he'll look for a couple more.
Yeah, eliminates the force play as well. Just put it in the outfield. This is a guy that you want coming to the plate in this situation that's got some pop. Got to think if Brazier makes contact that he'll be able to put it out there.
Brazier with just the 5 RBIs in the season, looking for 6 and possibly 7 to put the Joes up early against the Settlers. 1-1, right back up the middle. Great play on his left is Lukac. It will be made in time. But able to bring the first run across for the Joes is Cal Brazier. Grabbing himself RBI number 6 on the season. Will score Walker Bridges.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an unfortunate break for Brazier, as that one glanced off the pitcher's mound and kind of took a lot of the speed off it, which then allowed Lukac to come over and field it from short. Great play by Lukac to even get that out. But nonetheless, an RBI for the Joes.
Still keeps a runner in scoring position over there at third, as Melvin will send that one to Lukac. A couple bounces to him, but Melvin with some speed, able to be retired in time.
Another
Joes
great play.
climb across early, yes, back-to-back good plays from Lukac. Retire the side for the Joes, but they do scratch one across. The first time we've really seen an early lead at Foundation Field in some time. Chase Hopewell will pitch with the lead in the top half of the second inning. We'll be right back with more Joes action on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Back at Foundation Field, the flow of Chase Hopewell still on the mound. We'll face Caden Ellis to start things off. Talking in the break, Caden Ellis still looking for his first hit on the season. He's 0 for 10. Caden Ellis out of Purdue University, Fort Wayne.
IPFW.
Still D1, correct?
Yes. The Mastodons.
Mastodons, I like
Great
that.
mascot.
That'll miss low.
Yeah, Horizon League. A good amount of Horizon League guys around the GLSCL through various schools, mostly Wright State and Northern Kentucky here in the South, but some other guys spotting the league as well.
I want to know that Nellis going to be on inside. That'll move the count to 2-0. Mentioned Nellis looking for hit number 1 on the season. He'll swing and a miss at that one. So Chase just with the 1 strikeout to Junpei Ohashi to end the first inning. In his last start, had 7 in those 6 innings. 2-1, a broken bat. Sam Lowe will come in, throw across his body as the bat stayed in the hand of Nellis the entire time down the line. So might have to have a bat burial for that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Shortstop's continuing to dazzle, though. We've seen a lot of those plays that shortstops on both sides have made look a lot more routine than they were that time. An awkward play. It's really tough to field those broken bat shots. It was a little bit of a line drive, but then just kind of died. Low played it on the 1-hop. Made a great throw.
First pitch on the way to Drew Garth will be fouled back. Yeah, those broken bat plays tend to have some spin on it because they come off the bat weird.
Yep.
So able to corral that and make the play in time. This guy moves to 1-1 on Garth. Drew Garth, right fielder for the Settlers tonight. One fastball chased upstairs. Another 2-strike count for Chase Hopewell will hunt down strikeout number 2 in his outing. Oh, 1-2. Almost got him chasing. A little pump fake on the swing from Garth. That will miss for ball 2. With 11 strikeouts on the season so far, as that will miss upstairs. A couple guys in double-digit strikeouts for the Settlers. Kind of spelling a good day on the mound for Chase Hopewell. You get a time call at the plate. Garth gonna adjust the batting glove, step back in. Full count comes in. Out. Frame him on the outside corner. It's a big backwards K for Chase Hopewell. Strikeout number 2 in the game in back-to-back innings. Put 2 outs on the board. Looking at Chase's game by game, in almost every appearance, he struck out more than half of the batters he's faced.
Yeah, he's a strikeout pitcher through and through.
The only time he didn't was the start against the Scouts, where he struck out 7 of 20, as that one will be fouled to the backstop.
And obviously a little harder to strike out half the batters you face in your only start.
Yeah, 10 of 20 would be quite ridiculous.
Yeah, but when Hopewell comes in to close, I mean, yeah, you're knowing going into that, if it's 1 inning or 2, you're probably going to get 1 or 2 strikeouts an inning from him.
Sent on the ground softly. Brazier going to field it, toss it over to Hopewell. No problems whatsoever. And Chase retires the side, 1, 2, 3. So a little pitching back up to help the offense as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union.
Bottom of the second inning, big cheers for Evan Ulrich, the catcher for tonight's game. Is kind of the home favorite. Him
New
and Chase Ogle
stash, new
returners.
walk-up.
Came in, new stash. The hair looked a little bigger too.
Oh, that's off the
I
plate
came
for
in
a strike.
walking behind him as that one will find the outside corner. Came in and kind of knew it was Evan, but at the same time was like, that's big hair. As he crushes that one into left field. Going back as the left fielder will make the catch 2 steps from the fence. Running into the fence after making the catch is Danny Estrada, and allowed out number 1 for Evan Ulrich.
Wow, that ball was crushed, looking exactly like that home run he hit against the Zenith Scouts on opening day. That pitch was kind of down and in, and he just roped that thing up the line. He was able to just pull on that all the way down, was hoping it would stay fair, and it did, but a good play out there and left. Estrada covered a lot of ground to make that catch.
Cunningham back on the mound, ready to go. Face Andrew Patrick. Trying to establish some sort of rhythm on the mound. Kind of have to after you kind of get touched there on the first pitch of the inning, as that one will miss low. Andrew Patrick making a start in left field, as we've seen him make starts at shortstop. Now gets the chance to bat and play left field. 2 balls, no strikes to Patrick. That'll miss off the plate. So Patrick looking to work his way on with 1 out. Here in the second, the Joes have already taken the lead. They scored 1 in the bottom half of the first. After a back-to-back singles, put the Joes in business, as that one will catch the outside corner. Andrew Patrick at the bottom of this Joes lineup in terms of average, but we have seen the stance kind of change. I mentioned we watched BP yesterday in Richmond, and Tyler Thaman had a couple of notes on his new batting stance, standing up a little bit more. No swing and a miss on that one, so Nick Cunningham comes all the way back from ahead, or behind 3-0 to get the strikeout. That's his first strikeout of the game. This is the first time I've heard Casey Fink's new walk-up song.
Played it, I think, once a couple days ago.
The party does never end with Casey Fink. They look to keep things going in the second with this party rolling. We mentioned before, top of the broadcast, a very large crowd, and looking to send the fans home happy, as Joes have not been able to perform extremely well at home. Count is 1-1 to Casey Fink. Right fielder for the Joes made a great play back in the first and all the way down the line, as that's again going to be hit to Lukac. Fielded smoothly.
Oh, that
A
was
tough
really
bang
close.
bang play over there. They'll call him out.
No runs, no hits, no
Out
errors,
number
nobody
3,
left.
so both pitchers get clean second innings. So we go to the third. 1-0 our score. Joe's on top. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Top of the third inning, Rando, Crawford, Estrada. 9-1 and 2 do up for the Settlers as the Joes are on top, 1-0. Got the early lead in the first as Chase Hopewell looks to protect it here in the third. Jack Rando will lead things off for the Settlers. So he'll get his first at bat of the day. First pitch, he'll miss off the plate. So Rando hitting 190, making appearance number 10 on the season. Send that one high into the air in the left field. Going back is Andrew Patrick. He'll settle under it a couple steps in front of the warning track. Okay, play was made for out number 1. That one hit a little more high than Evans. I don't think we kind of thought that one was going to get out as much as we thought Ulrich's one was, but nonetheless, allowed out number 1 to start the 7th.
That ball was crushed. It was hit a mile in the air, but still really deep, almost to the track. And that ball was over the lights for sure.
A lot of barrel already. As that one will find the outside corner, the top of the lineup, Adam Crawford. He was 0 for 1 today. Flew out to Bennett Clement in that left center gap his last time up. Well, swing through that one 0 and 2. You mentioned Crawford was 7 for 10 coming into today, leading off an inning. So kind of your prototypical leadoff guy. Chase was able to put him down with relative ease his last time. The count moves to 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Chase Oppo looks to hunt down another 0. Tired the last 4. And that's a big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Chase Hopewell, make it 3. Chase looks in a groove.
Yeah, really looking to find his groove here. He's got a strikeout now in each of the first 3 innings. After giving up that loud out, comes back very well.
Bring up Danny Estrada, one of 2 Settlers to reach in tonight's proceedings. First pitch to him will be fouled at the plate. Another cloudless day here at Foundation Field. Less hot as it's 75 instead of 95. So
yeah, the weather is awesome today.
Absolutely couldn't ask for a better day. As the 0-1 going to be bounced into the plate. Estrada, who walked his first time up, will look to get things rolling for the Settlers. They'll have to get things done against Chase Hopewell as they'll chase that one off the plate. Chase, who's retired the last 6 Settlers, going back to the first. Looking to make it 7. A big punch out here. 1-2. A miss inside. As we mentioned, Chase came in with 17 strikeouts. Has now moved himself up to 20.
Oh.
Evan Ulrich just unable to squeeze that one behind the dish. That'll foul off of his glove. Fall dead at the plate.
Yeah, this next strikeout will give him the team lead.
Next strikeout will claim Chase Hopewell as the strikeout leader on the Joes.
After Dome had 10 yesterday.
2-2.
Spring him up.
Found it on the outside corner. Caught him looking for out number 3. Back-to-back Ks, one of them looking, and Chase is on a roll. We go to the 3rd inning. Joe's coming to the plate. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Bottom of the third inning, Sam Lowe, the last batter in the lineup to get his first at bat, below Bridges and Clement. Sam Lowe has already made a couple of good plays in the field. Look to get something going at the plate. Joe's already ahead 1-0 after 2 singles in the first and a Cal Brazier RBI ground out. Sam Lowe swing through the first pitch for strike 1. Sam Lowe at a Charleston Southern. Is the breaking ball going to miss inside? Native of Littleton, Colorado.
Only guy I think the Joes have from out west.
That is correct. So that one chopped on the ground. Nellis going to field it on the one hop, and
He pulled his foot.
they'll say he held the foot on the bag. Did Ohashi over there at first. Definitely not the consensus of the crowd. Either way, will be one out for the leadoff man, Walker Bridges. Going to keep things rolling offensively for him.
Pine Grant Miller, he's the hottest bat. Came in 5 for his last 12, now 6 for his last 13.
Ripped that one
7
into
for his
right
last
center
14.
field. Took a hard turn. He's motoring for 2. The throw will be late. And a one-out double for Walker Bridges. 7 now of his last 14 at-bats.
Sometimes as a hitter, you just make up your mind right off the bat where you're going to go with it. And there is no doubt in my mind that as soon as that ball hit the bat of Walker Bridges, he was thinking 2 from the very start. Just poked it up the gap. Did not get even close to the wall, but he motored around first base. And a nice piece of one-out hitting there from the leadoff man, or top of the order man, I should say, Walker Bridges.
Things rolling for the Joes, who look to extend the lead. They're already up 1-0. It's Bennett Clement going to rip that one. Will be off the glove of Nellis. Bennett Clement with the speed will be in there.
Base hit.
That'll be an infield single off the glove of Nellis. Top of this order doing very well. That's now 4 hits between them.
They are producing. And we've seen the ball get hit progressively harder each time from those guys. Bridges started it off with that kind of floater single, and then Clement had the single. That double from Bridges was probably hit slightly harder than both of them, and that hit on the line ball to third was absolutely ripped off the bat of Bennett Clement.
So a bit different than we normally see from the Joes as Clay Badalak will come to the plate, call time.
And a balk.
A balk. So Walker Bridges in the head of Cunningham will crucially move both the runners into scoring position and move Walker Bridges 90 feet away with 1 out, needing just anything into play to move him over from Badalak. We'll see Ohashi come even and Nellis come even with their bags. The first pitch will hit that outside corner. I haven't seen a balk in quite some time, actually.
It's been a little while. I think maybe since week 1, maybe early week 2.
A lot of those weeks running together, to be completely honest.
Yeah, they're all kind of a blur at this point.
They'll bring the second baseman in. That's fouled off. Rando came in to cut the ball off at the plate as he's on that pull side. Have to check the spray chart of Badalak to know if he sprays over the right-hand side more than often. Maybe they know something we don't. They'll ring him up on the outside corner. Clay not too happy with that one. I'm not too happy about that one, to be completely honest, as I thought that one might have missed off the plate. But a strikeout nonetheless. This one a backwards one for Nick Cunningham. His second in 3 innings. As they'll intentionally walk Cal Brazier.
Wow.
Good eye, Cal.
An interesting play, especially with 2 outs, considering
First intentional walk I've seen.
stats-wise,
You walk,
Frazier doesn't jump off the page.
yeah, you walk a 171 hitter to bring up a 357 hitter. Obviously, Frazier being the big man can probably hit the ball harder than Tristan Melvin can, but Melvin's been hot in terms of contact.
First pitch, they will miss off the plate.
Tristan
And
5 for
now-
his last 13.
You not only bring up a hot bat, but there's nowhere to put Tristan Melvin.
He's 5 for his last 13.
Tristan Melvin, 5 for his last 13. We mentioned how hot he's been. We've kind of just been waiting for him to slow down, but he has just kind of kept it rolling. An intentional walk to Cal Brazier, one of the more interesting coaching choices I've seen this season. I've seen quite the number of intentional walks over the college season, as we had second-team All-American mashing home runs, so it kind of made sense. Tristan Melvin shoots that one just foul.
He's also hitting 556 with runners in scoring position. 1 for 1 with the bases loaded.
Just one at-bat with the bases loaded previously for Tristan Melvin. Recorded a hit in that one. We'll hope for a big hit here to kind of break things open for the Joes. Really been all over Cunningham except for that second inning. He'll take his time. Melvin will step out of the box. Cunningham hasn't even stepped off of the rubber. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chopped on the ground, and Nellis.
Going to be close.
A tough play. He'll have to go across the diamond. And we'll be just in time. A bang-bang play over there at first base. The Joes leave him loaded. Nothing across as we go to the 4th inning. The Joes up 1-0. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Top of the 4th inning, Nick Lukat going to lead things off for the Settlers against the buzzsaw that is Chase Hopewell. Retired 7 of the last Settlers that he's seen, including 4 strikeouts. Chase in an absolute groove out there on the mound as we see Mr. Red make his way through the crowd. Take a seat as Lukat going to square to bunt and miss for strike 1. Wish there was a big stat on drag bunts. I think that would be very interesting. Like a steal kind of category.
Bunting for singles.
Yeah.
Stealing first.
Sounds like bowling for soup. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick Lukac, the shortstop, who has been great with the gloves so far, but is 0 for 1 at the plate. So that one back up the middle. Tough play from Badalak. He'll let that ball drop out of his glove, and that'll be an infield single. Tough play regardless for anybody, as that ball wasn't hit too hard just anywhere.
Yeah, Badalak was not making that play.
That was just hitting the right place at the right speed.
That ball got into his glove, and Lukac was probably 2 steps from first. I mean, there was nothing really that Badalak could do. I mean, maybe one you want to make the transfer on, which Badalak wasn't able to do, just to get the highlight reel throw to make it look cool, but he wasn't going to be able to get the out regardless. So another unfortunate bounce for Chase Hopewell. That's the second infield single we've seen hit off him on 2 hits. Has not had anything drop that's been hit hard off him. He's had a couple hit hard to the outfield that have been caught, but everything in the infield has been soft.
That was close.
Back-to-back pickoff moves over there to first, as Lukac does have 6 stolen bags on the season. He is 6 for 6.
6 for 6.
The Settlers team that steals 42 bases on the season. First pitch to Swanger will be fouled at the plate. Swanger with the other single so far for the Settlers. That one also off the glove of Chase Hopewell. Would have ended the inning at the time, but allowed him to get the strikeout against Ohashi. So, silver lining there is that one will miss off the plate. But Swanger, who sits at the plate, actually leads the Settlers in stolen bases with 7. So the pitcher getting it done is another pickoff move to Lukac. Just trying to tire him out over there at first.
Can't steal if he's tired.
No dirt over there at first base, so nothing to kind of like dampen the spirits over there in terms of jersey color, as we saw 2 very dirty jerseys yesterday from Nick Wimmers and Grant Miller.
Oh, yeah.
And though they embraced it, I'm sure a lot of guys aren't too happy about getting dirty consistently.
When you got to do your own laundry.
Exactly. Another pickoff move from Chase Hopewell.
We don't have an equipment executive clubhouse manager.
No.
We do have a clubhouse manager, Ben Lawson, but he does not do the laundry. Players got to do that themselves.
2-1. Swung right through from Swanger. And Chase Hopewell looking down the barrel of 3 straight strikeouts. Would be his 5th on the game. Striking out guys at a high clip so far. The 2-2. It almost gets in. Actually does clip the elbow of Swanger. Bit of a tough break for Chase. That'll put 2 runners on with nobody out to bring up Junpei Ohashi.
Our beer batter, make some noise.
Beer batter.
Ohashi, who started things in terms of strikeouts for Chase. As you hear cheers all the way around Foundation Field, he is the beer batter. One of the 4 victims of the strikeout from Chase Hopewell, as they'll bring Brazier all the way in on bunt defense. Ohashi will square to bunt. That ball almost gets away from Ulrich behind the dish. Able to stop it like a soccer goalie is Ulrich, and that'll keep runners where they are. Walker Bridges just comes in a step. Will likely feel anything hard to him. Cal Brazier comes all the way in. So Ohashi will send that one over the net into the parking lot.
We appreciate all foul balls being returned.
I've seen the Joe's Mobile get dented.
Saw that a couple nights ago.
Unfortunate, as that one not quite in the same area, but a little uncharacteristic for a bunt to even get out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ohashi trying to lay one down to give the Settlers 2 runners in scoring position. But Brazier beating him down. The 1-2 will swing it. That'll be fielded in foul territory by Walker Bridges. And some cheers throughout the crowd as the beer batter in danger of striking out for back-to-back at-bats. Give all these fans $1 off beers for the rest of the inning.
They're sounding thirsty out there.
They are most definitely all thirsty out there. Long look from Chase. The 1-2. Set in the right field. Casey Fink going back. Making the play. There'll be a tag from Lukac. Throw will be made back into the infield. So runners will go to the corners as Ohashi does a job of some sorts. Doesn't move both runners over, but does move the lead runner over to third.
Yeah, Fink actually
Fine
almost
run.
missed that. That almost got over his head as he kind of stepped in on it first and then realized he had to back out for it, but still made the play in plenty of time. Double play opportunity here for Chase Hopewell to escape the inning and hang another 0, though, with runners on the corners and 1 down.
So the Joes turned a couple yesterday after having their fortunes change as the runner will stop. That's Swanger over there at first. We mentioned Swanger does lead the Settlers team in stolen bases with 7, but has been caught twice. We've known Evan Ulrich to just throw the ball straight down. No real tomfoolery from him behind the dishes. That's a broken bat. Cal Brazier will field it, look home, but will just get the out anyway.
Another broken bat, unfortunate break for the Joes.
But 2 outs on the board and even things up here in the 4th. Real kind of unfortunate break. You haven't felt like Chase Hopewell's been hit well. It's been kind of just unfortunate after unfortunate.
Yeah, that bat doesn't break, and it's a grounder over to Clay Badalak at second base. You can probably turn that into a 4-6-3 double play and end the inning. But instead, Cal Brazier making the smart play in that scenario to just go get the out. Kind of looked home, but that would have maybe caused some chaos if he tried to go there.
Try not to compound a lot of the mistakes throughout the base paths and throughout the field, especially with how hot the Joes' offense has been tonight. You have to feel like something else is going to break. 1-1 our score is Drew Garth goes down 0-2. Maybe a bit of anger from Hopewell. 2 big fastballs move him ahead. The count 0-2. Single hit by pitch, fly out, and a ground out of route 1 across for the Settlers. The count moves to 1-2. Looking for strikeout number 5 of the day is Chase Hopewell. He hunts down his 2nd season high. Has 7 in that Scouts start and had 5 the last appearance against the Scouts in relief. 1-2. Eye into the air and foul out of play. Perhaps more crucially, that is the first earned run that's given up from Chase Hopewell all season.
Yep. First run overall, too. Hadn't even given up any unearned. So, first error or skate on the resume, you could say.
That'll miss off the plate. It will no longer be part of the 0 ERA club.
All 3 guys left on that for Joes are position players. So, Chase, the final PO that is giving up a run this season.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That'll miss upstairs, and Garth has worked his way back from down 0-2. He'll look to extend the inning. Chase will look for strikeout number 5 to close the book on this top of the 4th. Give the Joes a chance to respond after the 1 run just come across in the inning. 3-2. Runner takes off. The throw from Evan Ulrich. Tag. Not in time. And Swanger didn't really steal that with full intent. Not sure if he thought it was him going because he had to. Or?
Yeah, it looked like he thought it was a force play, so he just kind of jogged down the line. And Ulrich didn't even notice behind the plate. So with both guys kind of not really paying attention to one another, ended up being a really close play at third once they both realized what was going on. But it will put runners on the corners with these Settlers now threatening to maybe take the lead.
2 outs now. Swanger over there at third. Garth at first. The first pitch from Chase Hopewell miss off the plate. Shadows start to fully encompass the batter's box. Mentioned a couple of bright days in a row. The no clouds really lead to big shadows. Is Evan Ulrich going to fire that one down to the base? Get him in time. Hung out to dry with nothing doing out there at second base is Drew Garth. And that will end this top of the 4th. Settlers claw one back and tie the game at 1-1. The Joes have been knocking on the door all game. We'll look to see their response in the home half. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Evan Ulrich back to lead things off here in the fourth inning. Led things off in the second with a very loud first out. Ripped that one into deep left field. That really almost had a chance. Didn't grow enough legs. It's caught for out number one. Is that one again a breaking ball, but hit on the ground to Nellis. They'll field it, make the play over there for out number one. One pitch, one out again to Evan Ulrich. Bring up Andrew Patrick.
Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 8, Andrew Patrick.
So Andrew Patrick, who was 0 for 1. This 5 through 9 in this Joes lineup, all 0 for. The top of the lineup's produced the 1 run so far. Andrew Patrick looking to reach base here in the fourth. So that one will find the outside corner for strike one. This game has been relatively calm. I haven't seen anything between the two teams so far. Maybe they've kind of squashed it.
Just takes one bad slide.
Andrew Patrick calling time. Didn't see time given from the home plate umpire, but Cunningham did the same thing, stepped off the rubber. The 0-1, and we fouled it back to the backstop. Andrew Patrick, who we've kind of just been waiting to get hot, is kind of one of those guys that you feel like it's just going to be one game. We've talked about it before, just the one game to kind of go off to kind of light the spark.
Absolutely.
It's down 0-2. That one sent
down,
into
Will.
center field, and that's going to drop. So maybe a little bit right there. Get the ball rolling for Andrew Patrick. He'll have his first hit of the game. 6th hit on the season. Bring up Casey Fink, the right fielder.
Bunt artist.
The runner on. Now we've seen Casey Fink lay down beautiful, beautiful bunts. Most notably the one against the Scouts on opening day that he set down maybe just 15 feet down the left-hand side of the infield. Stuck it right on the line. Big jump and lead. They're going to take the bag. The throw gets away, but not quite far enough.
The bunt heard around the GLSCL.
Andrew Patrick will have a stolen base. Whenever Patrick reaches base, he steals a lot.
He steals a lot, and he reaches base a lot, too. We talked about how many times he's walked and been hit in that stretch he had where he went, I believe, 5 for 6 on getting walked in terms of plate appearances. But he got a great jump there. It was well-timed, just kind of hopped about 5 feet or so to his right as Cunningham went into the windup, and there was no doubt he was stealing that bag at that point.
We'll reach second, put a runner in scoring position for Casey Fink. Little miscommunication out there with Lukac and his pitcher, as Lukac went right back to pick off Andrew Patrick. Cunningham just went right straight to the dish. Casey Fick, no stranger to this sort of opportunity. He had a big RBI earlier this week as the count moves to 3-0 on him. So they're going to put a ball in the outfield. We mentioned Andrew Patrick has some speed. Have to think anything onto the grass will produce a run and give the Joes the lead. Taking all the way is Andrew Patrick on 3-0 as they'll find the zone 3-1.
And to your point that you made a little while ago about Andrew Patrick, this reminds me a lot of a guy last year for the Joes, John Sanjul out of Columbia. Just had to go back and look at some stuff from him. Sanjul on July 6th was hitting .250 and then finished the season hitting .412 in the playoffs. So he was a guy that really, really struggled to start the year, but he was a guy that you knew just the talent was there. And you knew that it was just a matter of time before that slump kind of ended and that things were going to explode for him. And they absolutely did at the end of the season. He was a fantastic performer for the Joes and a mainstay in the lineup come playoff time. Got to think that that's something Patrick will do as well.
That one chopped to the right-hand side. Nellis going to have to make a long throw.
He was safe.
And that will be made. A lot of close plays as this Joe's base runner is making things really difficult for the Settlers infield, but nothing's been beat out so far.
Yeah, Nellis has had a couple that have come across the diamond from third that he's been able to beat the runner on by probably about a quarter step. I mean, it's been really, really close over there at third. He's had a couple nice throws. He had, I believe, one where he kind of lollipopped it over to first, and that was why it was so close. But he still hasn't given up anything in terms of hits to him so far.
Now 2 outs. Sam Lowe will look to get things done at the plate. Let's swing to the first pitch. First strike one. Sam Lowe also a ground out to Nellis in his first at bat.
One the other way.
3.
Huge hole. He's playing on the line at
3
first.
grounds out to Nellis in this game so far.
Big gap in the right side of the infield. You've got Rando playing pretty close to second base and Ohashi standing behind the bag on the line at first.
Yeah, Ohashi maybe 2 steps off the line. Really trying to hold that right field line. But yeah, Rando holding Patrick at second. 0-1 to low. Set up the middle. That's going to get down. They're going to wave around Andrew Patrick. And the Joes have taken the lead in the 4th. Sam Lowe with an RBI single. Gonna break the tie and give the Joes the lead once again.
Joes continue to just hit that line drive well. We've seen it from the top of the order, now seeing it from the bottom of the order as well. Just able to find those line drives, hit it right over the middle infielders' heads into those gaps. And Sam Lowe doing his part now.
Crucially, flips this lineup over for Walker Bridges, who's been very hot today. That'll miss off the plate.
Cunningham yanked that one. Good block behind the plate by Durham.
Maybe a little afraid of a couple of these base runners as the Joes have showed off some speed here early as pickoff moved Sam Lowe back in time. As soon as I start talking about speed, the pitchers start getting antsy. Walker Bridges 2 for 2 rather, a single and a double. And a double that he kind of beat out Tristan Melvin style. As Sam Lowe's off. The throw from Durham, a good one, but off the glove of Lukac. Another stolen bag for the Joes, second of the inning. Puts a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Walker Bridges, who looks to cash in an RBI. So in the driver's seat, 2 balls, no strikes. Another big hole is Rando holding the runners over there at second. Be sent to it, but Rando going to have to come in and make a play on the run. Will do so. And that'll retire things here in the 4th, but not before the Joes bring one back on an RBI single from Sam Lowe. We go to the 5th inning. Chase Hopewell back out on the mound. Look to hold this lead. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Durham.
Back here in the top half of the 5th inning, Chase Hopewell still on the mound. He's only given up just the 1 run, but we've talked about it on this broadcast. It's not really been his fault. He's gotten some ground balls and some awkward angles, broken bat, a couple of infield singles off his glove. Has been very good so far, and we'll look to continue things now. Back with the lead, 2-1 in the 5th, as the first pitch to Braden Durham going to be fouled off. It'll be Durham, Rando, and Crawford. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Settlers against Chase Hopewell. That will be sent up the middle. Sam Lowe fielding it on his right, making the play on the run across his body. And they'll call him out.
Holy shit.
Settlers first base coach not too happy with that one, as Cal Brazier making an acrobatic play, having to come off,
There's no way his foot was on.
stretch across the bag. He's able to keep a toe on the bag and make the play for out number 1. As Jack Randall will take a long time getting into the box, maybe a protest of sorts.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Brazier to stay on the bag.
And a great play for Sam Lowe. We keep talking about these shortstops tonight. Good play after good play. Have him make the plays out the middle.
Absolutely.
1 ball, no strikes to Jack Rando. Made a couple of good plays himself over there at second. That one will miss upstairs.
It's been a middle infield type of night,
Yes, indeed.
or just an infield in general, as we've seen a lot of plays on the Joe's side hit the third. Stuff in the outfield in the first, but it's kind of cooled down since.
Chase Hopewell has been able to keep things within the confines of the infield, including just those 4 strikeouts. 2 balls, 1 strike. That'll find the outside corner. Chase Hopewell looking for strikeout number 22 on the season, strikeout number 5 here in this game. We'll put him ahead for top of the GLSCL South, and there it is. Strikeout number 5 of the night, 22 on the season. Chase Hopewell sits alone at the top for now in terms of strikeouts in the GLSCL South. Look to hunt down GLSCL North leader, who's sitting at 25.
Matt Gower.
So now 2 outs. Their leadoff man, Adam Crawford, has also found himself going down on strikes. That one will miss inside. Chase just 2 kind of blip innings. But aside from those, has been lights out, and even in those innings has been lights out. Talked about just a couple of unlucky breaks as the 2-0 catches the inside corner to Crawford.
Great frame by Ulrich on that one.
Had to go all the way across. Got to frame that one on the inside corner. 2-1. Will miss just low. Now move the count to 3-1. Very beautiful Monday evening here at Foundation Fields. Thank you for joining us, all 60 of you guys currently. That's crazy. That'll miss upstairs. Leadoff man Crawford will reach for the first time tonight.
Number 17, Danny Estrada.
Crawford on for the first time in this ball game. A lot of stolen bases on the season, just 4 out of that leadoff spot. Give way to Danny Estrada. It's just below Crawford in batting average at 308.
Does lead the team in extra base hits.
Long pause from Chase Hopewell, and a foul ball from Danny Estrada. Estrada, who's been good this season at finding some gaps, leads the Settlers team in extra base hits. Was reached base just the 1 time. Walked in the first. Was left stranded at second, and backwards K his last time up. The 0-1 will miss upstairs. Chase, who went 6 his last start. That was against the Xenia Scouts. Looking to get through 5 here. Get back to that 6th inning. Runner will take off. That's going to be fouled out of play. The Settlers trying to employ some hit and run action. Not quite working out like the Joes. Chase Hopewell looks down, another strikeout. 5 on the game, 22 on the season. Looking for number 6. In his 2nd start of the season. That'll miss upstairs. So Estrada in danger of going down on back-to-back strikeouts. Chase will miss off, and a good at-bat from Danny Estrada to draw it full. He's already drawn 1 walk tonight. But on 3-2, Crawford will be off with the pitch.
Oh, that's hit really
Hit
hard.
very hard, but well foul. Possibly one of the best hits we've seen so far on the night for the Settlers.
Absolutely, and that is one thing that we've seen off Chase Hopewell is he's only given up 2 hits in his first 10 innings, but they were both hit really hard. They were both doubles into the left center gap.
Full count again. Hit high into the air. Walker Bridges gonna camp under it. Back into fair territory and make the play for out number 3. So another 0 on the board for Chase as we've got through 5. Bottom half coming up. You're watching the All Wealth Having the Joes broadcast network. Bottom of the 5th inning, Clement, Badalak, and Brazier due up for the Joes, who have been all over the right-handed arm of Nick Cunningham. Put up 6 hits through 4 so far, and scratched across 2 runs. Clement, as we've mentioned throughout this broadcast, has been one of the hotter bats in this Joes lineup, as we'll watch Brickhamall miss outside. Bridges grounding out is the only one with multiple hits, looking to make it more. That one will be up the middle. Lukac, a diving play to his left, across the diamond.
Web Jim.
And another great play from Nick Lukac. My goodness. How many runs is he taking away?
Wow, yeah, that was hit straight up the middle. He came behind second base. Just to keep that in the infield is impressive. But to transfer it then to the throwing hand that quickly and get that throw off as fast as he did, I mean, he beat Clement by 3 or 4 steps. That wasn't close at first.
We've talked about the incredible gloves on this infield for both teams. You see evidence right there. Lukac again with another great play. Will give way to Clay Badalak, who looks for his first trip on tonight. That'll miss low and will climb ahead in the count 2-0.
Everybody's problem becomes your problem.
It's a job. It's a
Duel miss outside. It's Badalak will look to reach base. Came in with an on-base percentage of .500. Is yet to reach base here tonight.
Ball 4.
We'll take at least one more pitch.
Free strike.
Taking it all the way was Clay Badalak as Cunningham nipping that outside corner. 3-1 sent just foul. Gonna kick over to the Joes guys out on the bench in the bullpen.
It's a pitcher out there for the Joes. It's a righty. Getting loose.
Chase up well up at 80, so
80 pitches, yeah, for Chase.
you
So
never know what the limit is.
may or may not come out for the next inning.
Full count will miss the Badalak and he'll reach.
It's the 11th walk of the season.
Walk number 11 on the season for Badalak. Put a one-out base runner. But Cal Brazier was walked his last time up intentionally.
Intentionally.
Very physically imposing.
So those tight pants drawing fear. Those thunder thighs. Look to collect his first hit of the ball game. It's the breaking ball and miss inside.
Almost hit him.
Cal with one RBI already today. Grounded out to Lukac in the first, who actually maybe took away a hit on that one. As that one swung through. He did get the RBI and then obviously was walked his last time up intentionally. A move that we found kind of strange up here in the box, but they only call it strange if it doesn't work, and it ended up working out for the Settlers. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Cal Brazier. Watch a breaking ball find the outside corner. A big looping breaking ball broke all the way across the plate. Badalak 3 for 3 on stolen bags. Part of a Joe's team that's stolen 52 bases coming into today. They've stole 2 tonight, so make that 54. Hung out to dry. It's a pickoff move, but in a rundown.
He dropped it.
He got out of it.
Oh my goodness. And he is a little slow to get up as I think that ball may have hit him somewhere.
Hit him on the leg, I believe. That throw was just grip locked by Nick Lukac, who came across from short. Tried to throw that back to Ohashi at first and just kind of left it in his hand for too long. Ended up just spiking it into the ground. Not sure if it hit the ground or Badalak first, but nonetheless did not find the glove of Ohashi.
Might be the first mistake in quotations we've seen from Lukac all night. 1-2 to Braziers. He'll send that one up the middle. Go to Lukac again. Over to second, now over to Ohashi. In time.
Make up for it.
6-4-3, looking a lot better than a pickoff move as we go to the 6th inning. 2-1 our score. Look to see if we see Hopewell out here again for 6. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network.
broken bat.
Welcome back. A broken bat to Badalac. Thrown over there to first, retires Swanger. Lukac went down on a flyout as we had technical difficulties with the camera. The camera just kind of died on us. Doesn't normally happen. Again, never a dull moment here at Foundation Field. New pitcher on the mound is Shea Hendrickson, who's come in and got the first two batters that he's faced. And Lukac and Swanger. One of them being a broken bat. He'll take over for Chase Hopewell as Hopewell pitched a phenomenal 5 innings. Just giving up the 1 run. His breaking ball. A beauty from Shea Hendrickson to Junpei Ohashi, who is the beer batter. Struck out just the 1 time. Had a big fly out to Casey Fink his last time up. As that'll miss low. Chase Hopewell, 5 innings, 5 Ks, 2 walks, 2 hits, and that 1 run it was earned. That one's fouled to the backstop. Well, we mentioned just kind of a couple of rough breaks for Chase. He's unable to get the broken bat and a couple balls off his glove.
Yeah, didn't give up a hit in the outfield throughout his entire outing. 2 infield singles.
That one shot right back up the middle. Badalac a dive. That's into center field. Junpei Ohashi will have his first hit of the ball game.
Ohashi, a late addition to this Settlers roster at a Missouri Valley College. All conference for them this season in his true freshman year.
Baseball's the GPAC, I believe.
Yeah, they're in the Heartland of
The
America
Heartland.
Conference.
Yes.
Lives in Missouri now, but a native of Asahikawa, Japan. Tried not to butcher that, and then I did. Asahikawa, Japan. Batted .348 in college.
Good pickup for MVC. Long look. Now the pitch set in the right field. Casey Fink going back all the way to the wall. That's off the wall. And so is Casey Fink. Ohashi coming in. He'll score. Going for third is Nellis. And he'll be in there.
First hit of the year.
Triple. And what a time to get your first hit of the season. An RBI triple to tie the ball game.
Yeah, that ball was stroked out there into the gap in right center. Got way over the head of Casey Fink and just hit about halfway up the wall. And then when Fink went back, he kind of turned around and crashed into the wall, which then extended that into a no-doubt triple.
Now, have an extra base hit, and we'll put a runner on third with the 2 outs here in the inning for Drew Garth. Rather unfortunate for Shea Hendrickson, who came in, retired the first 2 batters he saw. He's kind of struggled with the next 2. Had Ohashi down to 2 strikes and kind of had an unfortunate ball up the middle. That'll also missed low, and Garth had the count 3-0.
Now no decision for Chase Hopewell.
3-0 on that outside corner.
Yeah, unfortunate the run given up means no decision for Chase Hopewell despite the gem he pitched through 5.
Second one of the season.
Second time he's pitched well but not given a decision.
Ripped in the right field as well. So coming in to score is Nellis. And Garth will have an RBI single in the inning. Keep things rolling for the Settlers. We have a lefty working out in the bullpen. Nick Cunningham has given up those 2 runs so far. And the Joes have kind of been all over him all night. Say the same here about the Settlers, who have collected their 5th hit of the game here in the 6th and grabbed the lead. You can point to one thing over this season for the Joes. It's kind of just been not being able to put zeros up at the right time. It's kind of been a little unfortunate.
Bats have worked well though tonight, so
yeah, a lot of hope out of that offense.
yeah, would not be surprised to see a response in the bottom of the inning. Got Melvin Ulrich Patrick due up.
Very dangerous 3 if all are hot at the same time. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Will require a throw from Evan Ulrich because that was off the bat.
Save.
And they'll call him out.
Holy cow.
So a rough play as the bat was in fair territory. And by proxy, hit off the bat. That was in play. But Hendrickson able to get the strikeout to get out of the inning, but not before 2 runs come across off a single, a triple, and another single to give the Settlers a 3-2 lead. Home half of the 6th coming up for the Joes. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Melvin Ulrich and Patrick due up in the bottom half of the 6th. The Joes have a little bit of a hole to climb out of after 2 runs came across the top half of the inning. Settlers reclaim the lead for the first time in the ball game.
Oh.
It's Tristan Melvin will swing and miss at the first pitch he sees. Melvin, who is 0 for today, 2 ground outs to the left side of the infield to both Lukek and Nellis. It's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss again. Chased it on the breaking ball from Cunningham.
2 good breaking balls from Cunningham. They kind of break from shoulder height down, and then they also have some side-to-side movement.
To see if he triples up here to retire Melvin. Goes with the changeup and the dirt. So now we'll wing one.
Gotta watch the fastball up now.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Melvin trying to reach base for the first time today, trying to kickstart a Joe's rally as that ball is ripped to the backstop.
Should have swung at that and just started running.
Just a bit.
Melvin
Should have swung and just started running.
has now watched the count draw even at 2-2. 2-2. Get to the right-hand side. Ohashi fielded on a couple hops, wave off his pitcher, and step on first for the first out of the inning.
Are we live?
Battled inning.
Yeah.
Battled that bat for Melvin. Ends in a retirement. We'll bring up Evan Ulrich, who is also 0 for 2. Just 2 batters in this 5 through 9 have reached base in this Joe's lineup. Production's come from the top for sure.
Need that stash power to come through here.
And Ulrich, who has put hard balls into play both times he's been up. So watch one. Swung on the first pitch both of his first 2 at-bats. We'll now watch the first pitch he sees. 0-1 off the plate. So Ulrich working his mind before the game. He's solving a Rubik's Cube as that one is crushed down the left field line, but will hook foul.
That got over the bullpen. That ball was probably hit over 350 feet. So there was a pitcher out there warming up for the Joes, a righty, who flinched, and that ball actually got over his head. That would have been way gone if it was fair.
Destined to go over some sort of wall as the 1-2 hitting the right field. Coming over is Garth.
He's not going to
Dive, he's not going to make it. The ball will roll away from him. Evan Motorin, they're going to wave him around to third. The throw comes into second, and Evan Ulrich with a one-out triple.
It's been a little while since Evan's given the wave over to the dugout. Big hit from him there, just pushed it up the line. It was a really tough play for Garth, who was kind of shadowing more towards the gap. Glanced off his glove on the diving play, but it's going to be a triple for Evan on the stand-up. Smiling over there at third base. Big hit for the Joes. Really thought that after how that first at-bat went, if they wanted to generate some momentum, really needed maybe some extra base stuff from Evan, and that's exactly what they got. The catcher delivers.
So those will bring their infield in against Andrew Patrick.
He's just start a little streak
As a hit in
here.
the ball game.
It's just kind of weird the depth they're in. So the infield is in,
Halfway,
but
yeah.
kind of halfway in, not quite on the infield grass.
Maybe thinking with the turf they get a little more range, as that one will find the zone.
Doesn't like it. Shaking his head still.
Really impressed that Garth even really got over there and made it even diveable.
Yeah, that ball probably landed close to the foul line.
1-1 the count to Patrick, as that'll find the outside corner. Andrew Patrick unhappy on both of those pitches. One of two candy connoisseurs.
Yes, sir.
Check it out on our Instagram page. Shout out Pearl for creating that content, and well, rather Parker Lester, I suppose, for just being
Parker Lester, of course.
who he is. 1-2, fouled off of the plate.
Need a ball.
Also, make sure to tune into our Instagram tomorrow as the Joes will take on the Licking County Settlers on the road. Parker Lester doing an Instagram takeover tomorrow.
Have it for the whole day.
Yeah, can follow along as the Joes make the trip up to Granville.
A lot of content this week for the Joes. The 1-2 almost comes in and clips Patrick. Might have actually caught
What
a
a
pant
break.
leg if he was wearing a little more baggier pants.
Well,
Hit him in
we know from past experiences with Patrick that if a ball may or may not have hit him, he's going to tell the umpire it didn't, and he's going to want to swing the bat. We saw that happen earlier against Southern Ohio.
2-2 off of his foot. Battled at bat, grinded out at bat here from Andrew Patrick in a big spot for the Joes. Looking to muster a response after 2 runs given across the top inning, and they lost the lead. Looking to tie and extend the inning to take the lead themselves once again. They've had to battle back and take the lead as they scored in the 4th inning to grab a 2-1 lead at the time. Score now 3-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. One set up the middle. Lukat gonna field
do
it
it.
up the middle, and the play will be made. But a run will come in, and we're all square.
Yeah, interesting decision there by the Settlers coaching staff to bring that infield in a little bit as we saw, but then deciding not to bring it in enough to go home on it. Job done for Andrew Patrick as he ties this game. Joes are able to stifle some of that Settlers momentum that was built in the top of the inning, and now we are going to see a new pitcher. Nick Cunningham's going to exit the game.
The big thing with bringing the infield in halfway is that you might even get the out like right there. If you bring the whole infield in, maybe that ball squeaks through and the inning prolongs. So kind of trading an out for a run in some sorts, but still having an opportunity to go home. They choose to get the out, and we're all squared. We'll be right back with a new pitcher and all of his stats. We're all tied here at Foundation Field, 3-3 in the bottom half of the 6th. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Back here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still trying to find out the official name. It looks like Lasicki. Michael Lasicki. First pitch will be fouled off from Casey Fink. Take over for Nick Cunningham, went 5 2/3 innings.
Thank you.
2 Ks, 1 walk, 7 hits, and 3 earned runs. Count 1-1. Casey Fink.
Michael Lasicki making his 5th appearance out of the bullpen. That's now the most of any Settlers pitcher.
As Casey Fink will foul that one off.
He's pitched 9 innings so far, giving up 10 earned runs off 11 hits, walked 4 and struck out 12 with an ERA of 10.0.
Big lefty going to come in. The Joes faced a righty all night in Cunningham. The 1-2 going to be fouled off. Foundation Field now almost fully in shadows. Still a couple sun patches out there in right field with the lights fully on. It's almost time for baseball under the lights. 1-2. Break away. No arms out there in the Settlers bullpen as Lasicki going to come in for more than just the one batter. That'll miss low.
Lordy.
Lasicki making his way over to the dugout. Thought that one was in there. Suppose in summer league you don't get the lefty specialists that just come in for the one at bat. So that one is sent high into the air. 2 Settlers converging on it. And that'll drop. So Durham and Nellis, maybe a bit of miscommunication. That'll be an error. Durham threw the ball, tried to throw it back in the dugout, I guess, and threw it over the dugout. It hit the top of the roof and rolled all the way across behind the
There's
dugout.
a dog that's going after it now.
That one's ripped into right field. Casey Fink got some speed. That should be 2 and probably might be 3.
Good reaction out there and right by Garth. Holds him up with 2.
Darth with very good plays.
So that's a great play by Garth. There's going to be an error credited now to Durham after missing that pop-up in foul territory. Is the outcome of the at-bat is a hit for Casey Fink. Sam Lowe, if he's able to repeat his last at-bat, put another single in the outfield, can maybe give the Joes back the lead.
So Lasicki comes in to get his lefty and gives him a double. Good piece of hitting all the way around. We'll bring up Sam Lowe. We'll watch that ball upstairs.
Tough way to start for Lasicki because you think about he's probably thought he's going to get out of the inning twice now. Had that first one that just missed off the outside corner that we saw him walking back to the dugout on, and then when he got that pop-up in foul territory, probably thought that was the end of his inning for sure.
Couple of breaks for the Joes for sure. Leave a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. As they'll look to claim the lead once again. You've seen them claw back before. They've tied it. Now here in the 6th. The 1-1 bounced in the dirt. Good block by Durham to keep Casey Fink planted at second base. Sam Lowe, as we mentioned, already with an RBI tonight. Has 10 coming into today, make that 11 as he hunts down both Hawthorne. That's going to get up the middle. Diving play. Throw to Ohashi in time. So Rando, a sliding play up the middle. Middle of the infield being good once again for this Settlers team. Maybe he takes a run off the board. We're all square here at Foundation Field. Top of the 7th coming up. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Tonight's nonprofit of the game is Delta Sigma Pi Leadership Foundation. Delta Sigma Pi is the nation's largest and first co-ed professional business fraternity that encourages personal and professional development of men and women pursuing careers in business through professional, service, scholastic, and social events. The Delta Sigma Pi Leadership Foundation financially supports educational and charitable programs within the fraternity that enable Delta Sigma Pi members to achieve individual and professional excellence. Let's root on Joe's pitching to 11 strikeouts to benefit tonight's nonprofit of the game.
So 6 strikeouts so far for the Joes. As Brock Narker will come in and get things going here in the 7th, the 3-3 ball game. First pitch to Rando, going to miss inside.
3 straight. Now you go from Hopewell, Hendrickson now to Narker. Narker, another hard-throwing righty.
That one is sent high into the air. Cal Brazier going to camp under and make the play for out number 1. Mentioned another righty, yes. Coming in, another hard, or another kind of softer than Hopewell. It's kind of hard to be.
Slightly, yeah. Narker sits in the around 93 area, but still pretty far up there in terms of velocity.
Pound that outside corner to Adam Crawford.
So a bit of a break for 1 inning as Shea Hendrickson enters in. Licking County took advantage of the new look, but now you got another righty hurler on the mound that can pepper that zone with the fastball.
Crawford came in 4th in the South in hitting, but 0 for 2 today.
That will miss off the plate as well. Adam Crawford not having the greatest day at the plate. Saw Bennett Clement semi-challenged out there in center field earlier as he flew out his first time up, and then strikeout as that chopped over to Brazier. Might be a tough play. Over to Narker in time.
Oh, and that field umpire is
Narker
does not have the opposing team happy.
stepped on the bag and
A lot
then
of
almost
argument
looked
from
like
the
he
first base
slipped
coach.
off. Craig Lewis over there at first arguing that call pretty hard for the Settlers. Fortunate there for Narker as it looked like he almost kind of straddled the bag. He stepped on it, and then as the ball was entering his glove, it looked like the shoe kind of slipped off the base, but was able to keep it on for just long enough for out number 2.
Dangerous plays. That could lead to a rolled ankle or maybe even worse. You get run over or cleated. Give way to Danny Estrada. First base umpires seen a lot of that first base coach for the Settlers. There's been a couple of calls that he has been not happy with. The count 2-0 to Danny Estrada, who is 0 for 2 tonight. So that'll find the outside corner. Narker all business, working very fast out of the windup. Getting his sign and just rolling right through. That'll miss upstairs. We've seen just 2 walks in this game. They came from Hopewell. Anderson did not walk anybody. Narker looking to keep things rolling. That'll just miss.
He didn't think it was a ball.
Presumably on the inside corner. And Estrada will reach base. With 2 outs. Bring up Nick Lukac, who's stolen a couple of hits from the Joes. That WAR definitely going up if you're a sabermetrics kind of guy. First pitch to Lukac. A pick by Evan Ulrich behind the dish.
Looking like a first baseman back there.
Always dangerous to go with the pick as you miss that, you're giving up extra bases. But able to do that smoothly. Lukac could have swing and miss at that one. Danny Estrada, who reached in the first inning on a walk. So 2 walks on the bookends. That is 4 plate appearances. Breaking ball going to be set in the right field. No sun to hinder Casey Fink in right field. And that will retire the side in the 7th. Stretch time here at Foundation Field. 3-3 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Top of the order here in the home half of the 7th. It'll be Bridges, Clement, and Badalak, the hottest part of this Joe's order, to try to grab the lead here late. Walker Bridges 2 for 3. So that one's chop just foul. Strike number 1 on Bridges. Bridges single, double, and a ground out. Even hit that one hard. As the 0-1 waved way foul into the backstop. One ball, one strike. Nobody out for Walker Bridges. That'll be swung right through for strike 2. Joe's looking to get something going here against the lefty Lasiki, who came in. That one is sent out in the left field. Estrada camp under it, come in and make the catch for out number 1, and Walker Bridges is retired on back-to-back at-bats.
Bridges just getting underneath that one. Didn't really swing necessarily very hard, but caught it pretty nicely on the bat. The swing angle was just a little high. He got underneath it. Solid contact nonetheless for Walker.
We'll bring up Bennett Clement, who is 2 for 3 himself, as well as a break, catch the outside corner. The last time Bennett was up, maybe had a hit taken away from him. That'll miss upstairs. As this middle infield has been phenomenal for this Settlers team, putting away Joes and stealing hits. Clement will send that one foul. 8 hits for the Joes, but I think you might even see 3 or 4 more. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. So Bennett Clement against Mike Lasiki. Set in the right-hand field. Garth gonna camp under it, didn't have to move much, makes the catch for out number 2. So we've seen some good hits to the outfield from the Joes, but nothing dropped so far. Lasiki's come in, and though he's given up the double, he's retired 3 straight Joes.
Yeah, a couple solid hits to the outfield for the Joes that just find gloves. That time pushed by Clement, just spun its way into right.
Beautiful breaking ball from Lasiki will be in there for the first strike against Clay Badalak. You know what? Clip that outside corner. Seems like it's been extended a little bit over the last couple of innings. Nothing in 2 as that'll miss upstairs. Trying to get a chase. Upstairs is Lasiki. Badalak looks for his first hit of the ball game. That'll miss off the plate. And even the count at 2-2. Badalak 0 for 2, a fly out to left, a backwards K, and a walk in the 5th. As part of a 6-4-3 double play in the inning, as that's dropped third, but it doesn't matter. It'll be tagged down to the plate for out number 3 and a quick 7th. Both sides finding a groove on the mound as we go to the 8th inning. 3-3 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Joes. It'll be Casey Fink. Come in from right field.
Designated hitter Logan Swanger.
So we'll see Melvin go to left and Andrew Patrick go out to right. So kind of just shuffling things around a little bit to get Fink an inning here. In the top of the 8th, we're all tied at 3-3. As Logan Swanger looking to get things going on offensively. That's a beautiful, beautiful slider. Had Swanger jumping out of the box. That broke from his hip bone all the way to the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Establishing the strike zone here early is Casey Fink, as that'll miss off the plate. We've mentioned that the position players that have come in, or position players in quotes, the two ways have come in and haven't allowed runs yet. Badalak's come in, Fink has come in, and Bridges have all thrown an inning or more and not allowed a run yet. Looking for another big 0 here to get the Joes back up in the 8th. The Joes are 1-1 after being tied after the 7th inning. So that'll miss inside. Compared to the Settlers, who in that same scenario are 2-0. So the Joes trying to hand the Settlers their first loss, while tied after the 7th. Is that'll miss off the zone. And a leadoff base runner, Logan Swanger, will reach the stolen base leader for the Settlers. He'll be on for the 2nd time tonight. Stole a bag in that one. Bring up Junpei Ohashi, who singled in the 6th, was the first run to come around in that 6th inning. Tied the game at the time. Well, the Settlers jumped out to the lead, as that'll find the outside corner. I think the 4th arm to come in for the Joes, the first lefty the Settlers have seen tonight. The 0-1. Right past the bat of Ohashi. A quick pitch on that one, a slide step. Just trying to keep Swanger as close to first as possible. Got to cut down that time. Give Evan Ulrich a chance to gun him down at second if he decides to go. The 0-2 bounced at the plate, but Swanger not advancing. The ball kind of got away from Evan Ulrich. You see Swanger clapped the hands over there at first. Knew he probably should have taken off on that one, but we've seen Evan Ulrich gun down batters after balls have gotten away from him this season. The count is 1-2 to Ohashi, who is 1 for 3. 1-2. A mile into the air, but in foul territory, so won't see an infield fly, but won't matter. So that'll be caught for out number 1.
That would be a home run and a full booth. Third baseman Cade Nellis.
1 out for Cade Nellis, who got his first hit of the season his last time up. That being an RBI triple. After Hendrickson came in, retired the first 2 batters he saw, gave up a hit to Ohashi, and then a triple to Nellis and a single to Garth. That brought home 2 runs. Pick-off move just to keep Swanger honest over there at first. Nellis now with 2 RBIs in this game. A pair of ground outs, a 6-3, a 3-1, and that big triple. Swanger's off. A throw from Ulrich is a good one, but not in time. Swanger will steal a bag.
Really long windup there from Fink. Ulrich didn't have much of a chance despite the good throw.
Almost looked like Swanger kind of cut the speed down midway through. Knew that the windup was long and he had a little more time. 1 ball, no strike, 1 out. Casey Fink looking to get his lefty. That'll miss upstairs. 2-0. Looking to hang another 0, get the Joes back into the dugout. Give them a chance to grab the lead in the late going. 2-0 Swanger. Big bouncing secondary out there. Move the count to 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Just the one out here in the 8th. 3-3, all tied up here at Foundation Field. As that'll find the zone. Casey Fink looking to work his way through this at-bat to Nellis. Worked a good at-bat to Ohashi, his last batter, as that kicks away from Evan Ulrich. That'll be ball 4. No apparent harm so far, as the walk to Nellis did come with a base open.
Nobody up in the Joe's bullpen going to ride Casey Fink, at least for now.
We've talked about how good these two ways have been so far.
And as I say that, I believe someone's going to move in there.
But does put a force at every base, a double play opportunity, as the breaking ball doesn't break enough. Jumping out of the way is Garth for ball 1. Garth 1 for 2.
Garth 375 with runners in scoring position. Already an RBI.
372 with runners in scoring position as that ball's chopped to Brazier. He'll go to second for 1. A big
Nice
pick.
pick.
They'll pump. Good play from Sam Lowe. Is that like he might have compounded into something not good for the Joes, but will be 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous, as I thought originally Brazier was going to go tap on first before trying to go over to second, but he decided that the split decision he was going to go to second, and I think he may have second-guessed himself kind of mid-throw, which is the reason that it bounced. But good play over there by Sam Lowe. Joe still get the out.
Big pick from Sam Lowe, puts 2 outs on the board, and Casey Fink just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. That ball's set in the right field. Going back is Andrew Patrick.
First base
Big
umpire
spike
slams his
of
helmet.
the helmet from the first base coach, as the Settlers will squander a chance, and Casey Fink will hang a important 0 on the board. Going to the 8th inning, the Joes looking to grab the late lead. 3-3 our score. You're watching the All World Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Hit one 800 feet here.
Cal Brazier going to lead things off. It'll be Brazier, Melvin, and Ulrich as the Joes looking to grab the lead late.
Yeah.
Still Michael Lisecki on the mound.
The game hasn't even ended yet. If we win.
First pitch to Cal Brazier. Be in there for strike 1. Brazier has himself an RBI tonight. He is 0 for 2 though, as they'll swing through that one. Grounded out his first time up. That produced the RBI. Was intentionally walked in the third. Part of a weird couple of plays for the Joes, and then grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the fifth. The 0-2 missed inside. Getting late here at Foundation Field. The lights fully on as what clouds are in the sky are a beautiful pink color here this Monday evening. It's the 1-2.
Oh.
Called strike 3. That might be the most egregious I've seen in quite a while, as that ball was well inside. Instead, Cal Brazier will retreat back to the dugout. Backwards K for him. Be the first strikeout, or second strikeout rather, of the day for Lisecki. Bring up Tristan Melvin, who was square to bunt, pull back. He's trying to get something going here on the base pass for the Joes as Lisecki's come right in and retired 5 Joes after giving up a double to Casey Fink that left stranded.
And with this part of the order coming up for the Joes, just want Melvin to get on. Ulrich and Patrick can both do some damage.
So that'll miss inside, and now a good opportunity to reach base as the count is 3-0. Melvin looked good for his first trip on the bases today. 3 ground outs. As that'll miss off the plate for ball 4. Almost looked like the home plate umpire stepped to call a strike, but saw that Melvin was so adamant with the ball call that he just let him have it.
It looked like it. I thought Melvin, he was unstrapping his pad. He already kind of had it thrown to the side. I thought he was going to have to go retrieve it. That would have been an awkward 2 or 3 seconds.
Bring up Evan Ulrich, who tripled his last time up. Sent one down the right field line. That'll miss off the plate. Felt good to see
Ball
Ulrich
6.
rewarded
Ball 6. Ball
for
6.
his hard
Ball
hits
6.
that he's been putting in all
Ball
night.
6.
As
Ball
miss
7.
upstairs.
Ball 7. Ball 7.
7 straight balls from Lisecki. No Aggies fans in the crowd. That'll miss upstairs. Saw them travel all the way to Omaha. Heard that chant break out in the College World Series, as they normally chant how many balls the pitchers missed in a row. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. As that'll miss inside. So Lisecki kind of lost his feel of the zone in the 8th. Lost that love and feeling, if you will call it that.
Yeah, if this doesn't, and it will draw a mound visit. I was going to say, if this doesn't draw a mound visit, I don't know what will. But 8 pitches, 8 balls for Lisecki.
Oh, he stepped
We
on the
talk
line.
about
The coach stepped on the line.
Andrew Patrick, a guy that is on the verge, we think.
Hopefully. We're hoping, fingers crossed, everything crossed.
Is this the opportunity in a tie game with 2 runners
1
on?
for 3 in RBIs, stolen base.
Look at a pinch runner. No, a helmet switch. It
Helmet
looks like.
change, yeah.
Okay.
Tristan Melvin going to swap it out with Sam Lowe.
Sam Lowe had his helmet, or maybe his has the protective one.
Maybe, yeah. His helmet. So Sam Lowe's going to get the batting helmet. Well, Melvin, you could say, is getting the running batting helmet, as it doesn't have the protective piece along the face.
Scoreboard's flashes.
Joe's wear team-branded batting helmets, which I do enjoy.
Love
Looks
it.
just a lot cleaner. You see some of these summer collegiate teams let the guys wear their college helmets, which can be cool to see where a lot of those guys are from, but also nice to have just the full professional-looking uniform.
Some of them don't have super cool helmets. You know, it's good to have everybody match. I like the matching.
Matching, absolutely.
But we'll bring up Andrew Patrick after a long mound visit. Andrew Patrick on the day, 1 for 3, a single. Came around to score in the 4th, and in the 6th inning, brought home that 1 run that tied things. But he'll get his first at-bat against Lisecki, as that'll find the outside corner. Lisecki, who came in to relieve Cunningham after Patrick ground out and got that RBI. Look to do some damage against the lefty with runners in scoring position. He'll send that one to Nellis. He'll go to his bag for one and eat it. So maybe a bit of a break for the Joes, as that could have gone 5-4-3, but instead we'll bring Casey Fink up to the plate.
And if you're Fink here, gotta make him pay. As they've left the inning alive for you here, you've got a runner in scoring position. You are on the verge here if you're the Joes. You just need one play to go your way here. It could maybe give you that boost you need carried into the ninth.
We've just been waiting for the dam to break here. It's been close. We had a couple leaks. That one sent high into the air. Nellis come over into foul territory and make the play in the coach's box. And the Joes will leave 2 runners on in the 8th inning. So 9 coming up as we go to the top of the 9th inning, tied 3-3. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Nine, 1, and 2 due up for the Settlers as we are in the 9th inning here at Foundation Field, and we're still deadlocked at 3.
And we got another two-way coming in for the Joes.
Another one.
In a big, big spot here. Walker Bridges taking the mound from third base.
Saw him coming in that steam game in Roselawn. That was with the bases loaded and pitched that very well as the first pitch to Rando runs him off the plate.
Yeah, after 3 straight walks given up, he came in, drew a 5-4-3 double play, and got a fly out to close the game for the Joes.
That'll miss inside. Two balls, no strikes. As that'll miss upstairs. Walker having a little trouble finding the zone to start things. It's understandable. Behind the count, 3-0 to Rando, who's 0 for 3. That'll find the outside corner.
Great, great frame by Evan Ulrich. That corner always opens up just a little more, you got to think, on the 3-0. Bridges finds the very edge.
3-1.
It's the 3-1. That'll be fouled off.
3-2.
Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. In the top half of the 9th. Walker Bridges unable to complete his run all the way back. Put Rando on here in the 9th. Haven't seen an extra inning game so far here for the Joes. The GLSCO with that weird,
and remember,
weird rule.
We're only going to play 1 extra inning if we do get there. And we'll go into the tiebreaker.
That one will miss upstairs. Yeah. Sudden death.
Sudden death, yep.
Very interesting but very exciting way to go about that. I've only seen 2 this season off the top of my head.
I think there's
That
been
one is upstairs.
3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. I think there were 2 in the north and 1 in the south. We're just struggling a little bit to find the zone here. In the sudden death, you get to pick whether or not you want to pitch or hit. I believe that goes to the home team,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So the Joes would be at a slight advantage there. To pick whether or not they'd want to pitch or hit, they put a runner on first, and it's essentially a 50-50 about the fairness of that. You bring in 1 run, you win the game. That runner gets stranded, I guess, just doesn't come around to score in any way. You don't give up any runs in the field, you also win.
2-0, snagged by Andrew Patrick, who go to second for 1, ball out of the glove of Badalak at second. Great play from
Fielder's
Andrew
choice.
Patrick over there. It's Crawford to reach on the fielder's choice.
Wow, what a diving play by Andrew Patrick. Unfortunate you can't get that out at second, as it was going to be close.
And we've been out there with the lights on and tried to throw from third to second. The lights are not too favorable, especially if the ball's a little too far up, but
Joe
play
gonna,
you'd like to have made.
Joe's going to bring the corners in as the bunt is squared.
Fielded by Walker Ridge. They'll go to third.
Oh my
The
God.
play not in time. And that'll load the bases. Thought surely that was going to beat him. So we get Tyler Thaman just to come out and maybe ask for a second opinion, just try to be a little polite.
That was a great play by Bridges to get that off the turf and backhanded on the bare hand to Patrick at third. It was a close play over there, certainly. And also a great bunt laid down by Estrada to make no play at first. I mean, there was no chance for Bridges to take that one and try to turn it around to first.
The only thing we're waiting for is whether or not it's a fielder's choice or a single, and it will remain a single. Rather a fielder's choice. Get a big shake of the head from Sam Hughes, our stats guy to my left.
Joe's going to bring the infield in now.
Crucial at bat. Going to bring up Nick Lukak, 3-hole for the Settlers team. As that'll be pushed out of play. Walker Bridges keeps coming and has loaded the bases in this tie ball game in the top half of the ninth. 3-3 our score. Nick Lukak at the plate, down 0-1. That one's set high into the air. Bennett Clement gonna have to come in. Gonna challenge him at the plate. They're tagging at third. The throw from Bennett, as they'll hold the runner halfway up down the line.
That was a bullet from center.
Scared him. Not wanting to test it at all. Huge play from the Joes defense. Can't say enough about Bennett Clement out there in center field, especially with that arm.
Yeah, we saw the last time that he was tested here at Foundation Field on a play similar to that on a sac fly. He actually got the runner at home. And that time, it did not look like it was going to be close if Rando decided to go. That was a bullet. Fink, or rather Bridges, I believe, stepped in to cut that off and then kind of moved out of the way.
1-0. Blocked at the plate. Evan Ulrich doing a good job of blocking balls behind the dish.
Swanger 1 for 1 with the base loaded, but somehow has no RBI.
So Lukak goes down on via the flyout, and 3 straight at bats as Swanger fouls that one off. Batting on the left-hand side is Logan Swanger. 1 for 2, single, hit by pitch, walk. Nowhere to put him here. Walker Bridge is going to have to come right after. 1-1. Bounces the plate again. Saved by Evan Ulrich.
Would love to see the first base coach of the Joes escape this.
3-3 our score. Top of the ninth. Bases loaded for the Settlers. 2-1 the count. 1 out. And Logan Swanger at the plate. Ball chopped to Badalak. Go to second for 1. Across the diamond is Sam Lowe. He'll eat it. will bring a run in for the Settlers. Put 2 outs on the board. Ball hit a little too soft to turn into. Swanger was booking it up the baseline.
Yeah, it was also blocked by Estrada, so Badlack had to wait on it. Just the one given up, not detrimental by any means.
3 fielded choices in the inning. Swanger going to take off. They'll let him have the bag. As that'll be stolen base number 3. One. Just going to miss off the corner to Ohashi. Ohashi, who is 1 for 4. Single. Came around to score in that 6th inning. That one's in the dirt. The beer batter here in the 9th has only struck out just the one time to qualify himself as the beer batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes as the crowd here at Foundation Field cheering on their Joes, cheering on Walker Bridges to get out of the inning. Bring the bats back up. So that one's in the dirt, almost bounces away from Evan Ulrich. Now fills the board with 2s. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count to Ohashi. Walker Bridges trying to work himself out of the inning. 2-2. On the outside corner, struck backwards. K. To the bottom of the 9th we go. The Joes need 1 to tie, 2 to win. We'll be right back on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Bottom of the 9th here from Hamilton as Blake Griffin making his way back up to the broadcast booth. Sam Lowe will lead things off for the Joes as Michael Lasicki returns to the mound. Now we're going to get a pitcher-catcher conference before any pitches are even thrown.
Yeah, just looking to kind of instill some confidence here as we're going to see Sam Lowe at the plate.
Lowe today 1 for 3. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Joes. Top of the lineup has gone cold after that hot start, but certainly a chance for some resurgence here in the bottom of the 9th.
Sam Lowe will swing through that one. And we're in some kind of all or nothing time for the Joes. Sam Lowe has reached base today, as we just mentioned. Did have a play taken away from him his last time up. I still swing through that one. It was a great play up the middle by Rando. But now down to the count 0-2. Well, a breaking ball going to freeze him. Oseki, who's been phenomenal so far in his outing. We'll flip this lineup over and bring up Walker Bridges. Walker Bridges looking for his third hit of the ball game. Single double. As he'll swing through that one. A little extra on the fastball here in the inning from Basecki. The 0-1. Could be fouled off at the plate. Off the foot of Walker Bridges. He's going to have to take some time to make sure he's okay.
Walker gonna hopefully help himself avoid the loss here.
Walker Bridges, who came in the top half of the ninth and gave up the 1 run in that away half, would be responsible for that loss. Would be his first decision on the season. The 0-2, another breaking ball, freezes back-to-back batters. As Walker Bridges is going to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. That one was most definitely in the zone. And now the Joes down to their final out, still chasing one. We'll bring up Bennett Clement. Nobody on and 2 outs. Ground that ball foul. Stabbed over there in the dugout. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the 7th. And that'll find the outside corner. The Joes will take on the Settlers again tomorrow to head on the road, part of a home-and-home series. We'll look to climb back in this one. Down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Bennett Clement. That'll miss inside. Didn't go back to the breaking ball like he did for the first 2 Joes batters. Now the 1-2 going to see it. That one fouled off the foot of Bennett Clement. Clement 2 for 4. See a couple of stars in the scorebook as Bennett Clement's 6-3 put out was definitely one that was stole up the middle by Luke Keck. This infield for the Settlers has been phenomenal tonight. As that'll miss upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The Joes chase 1. That's going to be fouled off. That's the one thing you're going to see from Bennett is that it's never going to be easy to put him out, especially in the pressure situation. Make it look like he empty the tank. There were 2 outs to put him out. The 2-2 in the dirt. Some late life here in this inning and here in this at bat. Looking to put the stolen bases leader on the bags for the Joes. A full count on the outside corner. 3 backwards Ks for Lisecki. My goodness. Will end the game for the Joes. The Joes drop a tough one here at home. And we'll be on the road tomorrow. We'll have that broadcast for you on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Joes drop it 4-3. They'll drop to 11-7 on the season. The Settlers move ahead in the season series. Now lead that one 2-1. But stay tuned as we'll have the Casual Pint postgame show. Just in a couple of minutes. The Joes drop the close one at home, 4-3 our final score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Welcome on into the Hamilton Joes postgame show. Welcome on into the Hamilton Joes postgame show here at Foundation Field. Joes fall just short to the Licking County Settlers, 4-3 the final score. Joes out hit the Settlers 8-5 on the night. Joes do have one error. The offense showed flashes of being hot early on, but unfortunately towards the end it cooled down, and Licking County able to jump on top, especially with that 2-run 6th inning. The final score 4-3. The Joes not able to get enough going. The pitching had a little bit of a meltdown towards the end of the game. Joes will be back at it tomorrow against the Settlers, this time on the road. Joes still undefeated on the road, looking to split the home-and-home series with Licking County. That first pitch tomorrow will be at 7:05. We will have coverage here with on the YouTube channel. But for now, from Foundation Field, unfortunately, Joes do not have it tonight. But we will see you tomorrow for the rematch. And as always, go Joes.